How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to analyze another financial situation, this time from a flight attendant for a major airline. Adam is 29 years old with no kids, makes $55,000 a year, contributes 11% to 401k, and puts between 35 and 50% into the savings. So this is a really good savings rate. $350 a month into the business account. So this person has a food truck business, spends $400 renting a room. It's great that you can live below your means. If I were in the same situation, I think I probably would do the same, I think. This video is brought to you by Moomoo, the commission-free trading app. You can get 5 free shares of stock just for signing up and depositing $100, and 15 free shares of stock if you deposit $1,000. Check out my referral link down in the video description below. So the flight attendant job is a full-time job, and this person has a side hustle running a food truck business 2 days a week. I think this is just really awesome that you have a side hustle, something that you can work on, something that you're passionate about. But here's the catch. They took out a $33,000 loan, I assume, to buy the truck, to buy all the equipment, to have some cash on hand to run the business, and it's at a 5.8% interest. So you just do the multiplication out. This is $1,900 a year just for interest payments here. But this business is actually not making money. He has to put in $500 in losses, but it's nearing a break-even point. Now, I took a look at what it looks like, and seems like they're selling breakfast items. Probably the bread looks a little bit washed out. Maybe you could toast it. It might taste a little bit better. It's branded and everything. It looks pretty good. Looking at the entire financial situation, I think there's very little wiggle room, making only $55,000 from the main job. I would concentrate on the business and trying to grow it and make it profitable. There's the food costs, which I assume is rising. There's a sale price of the food item. And I have to be very frank here, the food items looks decent, but then it just looks very commodified. Like you can get this anywhere. So you can't actually raise your price when you have a very generic looking type of food. So I don't know how much pricing power you have, which means that if you can increase your price and get essentially the same number of sales, well, you can increase your profits, right? So you're essentially testing price elasticity. If you double the price, will your sales go to zero, or will your sales go to half, right? If your sales go to half, then you're making the same amount of profit. So you might want to test things out by raising the price like $1 and see how much sales goes down, because the amount of food that you can cook is probably limited if you're the only one as the cook in that food truck. There's of course other things that drives how much sales that you can make, such as marketing, location, how good you can make the food. I went to the LA area, and sometimes there are very popular food truck. It's like a foodie food truck, right? So the question is, can you make something that's like foodie quality, something that's so good that people would line up to get? If people are lining up, then you can make a lot more sales. How much are you getting paid working on your side gig? Right now, you're making a loss, right? But you're probably factoring in a lot of fixed costs, such as the truck, maybe the gasoline. Because you're only working at this food truck for 2 days a week, your fixed costs are a little bit higher than if you put in a full-time job at your food truck business. So at your flight attendant job, you're making about $26 or $27 an hour. Can you get to making $26 an hour at your food truck business? Maybe if you put in full-time work at it, you can make it a lot better. Maybe the food will be fresher, you'll get more customers. You mentioned that you don't really want to quit the full-time gig because you get a lot of benefits. Maybe you get 401k matching, or maybe you get some kind of healthcare benefits. And I can tell you, at 29 years old, you can buy your own healthcare for roughly $300 a month or so. And so it's a big leap forward. And I'd say you probably want to get your food truck business going where it's making a profit first before you do this jump. This person has an 8-year-old car. He says it needs upgrading, thinking of targeting a $15,000 car. He's asking, should you buy in cash or get a loan and pay it off quickly, pay off business loan first, or should you invest in the stock market? I don't think you really need to think about all that. The question is, do you really need a new car? Because I feel like an 8-year-old car is just fine. You can drive it until maybe 14 or 15 years old. So you have another 4 to 6 years left in the car, depending on how much you're spending on repair fees right now. I'd say the call it quits point For this old, a car is probably around $1,500 to $2,000 a year in repair fees. So if you're taking it in every year or two and you're spending that much per year, then I would think about upgrading. If not, then I would think about keeping the car until the repair fees are about that high. This person has $19,000 in cash overall and $11,000 in the business account. The rest of it is considered emergency savings. And yeah, I think this is a good amount, but you know, for me personally, I would want a lot more than that in emergency savings, but I'm just like a nut for emergency savings. I just want to save a lot just so I'm super duper comfortable. So based on your salary, I'm guessing you have about $3,000 to work with after tax and after contributing to 401k. If you buy a new car, it's going to be like 6% interest rate, right? So your business loan's about 5.8% interest. So it doesn't really matter. It's not that big a difference on which one you pay off. But like I said, you probably shouldn't get a new car for now. I wonder if you know about the Egg Slut restaurant, where they basically have a breakfast type of sandwich, but then they put in kind of like a soft-boiled egg right in the middle. They put in very, very high quality soft-boiled egg and they cut it open and it oozes out. Consider putting on the menu some kind of elevated breakfast sandwich with a free-range egg where the egg yolk is super orange, and maybe you can use some kind of special bread, toast it, cut it in half, make it ooze, take a picture of that, put it on your Instagram. There's a lot to consider here. The emergency savings is really low, so I probably would want to keep that cash. If you buy a car, you have to take a loan out and you have to pay even more interest. So I would look to just keep your car. Even if you have to pay $2,000 a year for repair fees, I would still try to do that for a few more years. The meat of your entire situation and where it has the most growth potential is that I want you to think about how to grow your business, how to get more customers, how to get a huge line in front of your food truck. Maybe it's a location you're parking your food truck at. Consider the potential of being at your food truck every single day. People can assume that it's there 7 days a week. You might want to elevate the quality of your food, the ooziness of the cheese, the egg yolk on your Instagram pictures, show that off. If you want to have premium ingredients, you probably have to price it higher as well. Note that this is all my personal opinion, and I think going all in into your food truck business is probably pretty risky, and it really depends on your business skills, how you can promote all of that. People run food truck business all the time, and plenty of them fail. So it really comes down to your business sense and also how well you can cook your food, how good it is, if people will come back and actually line up at your food truck. Thanks for watching this video. I hope this helps you. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more.